Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I am celebrating my 1-year anniversary on Booktube, and I thought that I would celebrate that by doing the Booktube birthday tag. And I actually already answered prompt number 1 because the question is, what anniversary are you celebrating? And this video is actually going to go up one measly day early, but I posted my very first video on April 19th of 2021. So I'm celebrating my 1 year and I'm very happy about it. So I decided to kind of pick and choose the questions that I wanted to talk about in this tag because there are a few that I think people would already just know by watching my channel, like what genres I do and what kind of content I make. But there are a few really good questions in here that I thought it would be cool to talk about in terms of like my experience and what Booktube has been like for me. So let's get into some of those prompts. So the next question that I want to do is, what are you most proud of on your channel in the last year? And so of course for me, this is the first year. And I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the way that I can see my growth in my own video making skills throughout the year. So not even like my editing or anything, because I go for a very simple style with that, like it's just jump cuts, but even just in the sense of my comfort level and the way that I sound when I sit down and talk. I used to overthink it a lot, and I thought that what I said had to be perfect, or at least I wasn't completely comfortable in front of the camera, so I had to do a lot more editing because my speech just wasn't quite as flowing and comfortable. And even now, I ramble, I know I do, and I don't think that what I say is perfect by any means, but like I can just tell that it's a lot easier for me to do it. And so I think that that is something that is like really easy for me to track the progress of, and it's definitely something that I'm proud of. The next question that I wanted to do is, what types of videos do you like to do most on your channel? Because I do a lot of like, I guess, basic type of content, but for me that's just because this is kind of an outlet for me to tell people about what I'm reading, track my progress, etc., and then give thoughts on my books. And I'll do creative videos like sometimes, but I guess I'm not the type of person who always has the new innovative ideas, and I like admire the hell out of people who do have those ideas. I commend them for being able to constantly come up with them. But for me, some of my favorites to do are actually videos that I look at stats of some sort, like of any sort. I just put out a video last week where I looked back at my TBRs for the last year and how I did on them, and I know that this just like makes me a nerd, but or like my reading stats for 2021, for example. I love just like looking back and breaking everything down into categories and just like looking at how I did, looking at what the numbers are. It makes me so happy for some reason. Like, it really makes me happy to basically give you stats and be like, yeah, this is what it looked like in terms of math, even though I don't like math that much. Couldn't really explain to you why I love that so much, but those videos are really fun for me to make. The next question that I want to talk about is, was there anything you tried on your channel last year that didn't work? And I don't know if there's anything like a type of video, say, that I explicitly tried and felt that it didn't work, but one thing that I think applies to this is when I joined this community, like there are certain pressures, even if people aren't pressuring you, I feel like you feel certain pressures to analyze books in a certain way or talk about them in a certain way. And there are some extremely smart people that are like way better than me at articulating themselves and giving you like high and deep level analysis of books. And I think that I tried to be that at some point, and I found that it didn't really work for me because I just need to talk about books in the way that it's comfortable for me to talk about them. And I don't always feel that I have the proper words to describe something, but I don't think that it fits for me to try and give any sort of like deeper or academically inclined analysis of a book, if that makes sense. Like, there are people who are really good at that, but that's not quite me. Like, I don't have any English education, like I don't have any type of like literary education, so I just don't really have like the tools in the toolbox to talk about books that way. So I mostly just now spend my time talking about my feelings about books and like why I liked them or didn't like them, based less on things that would be considered more objective and based more on things that I just, like, it's the way that I feel. The next question is there anything that you plan to do more of next year? And I would really like to do more vlogs. I sometimes struggle to do vlogs because I will get into a book and I will forget to take a clip, like talking about my thoughts or something like that. Or when I'm doing things day to day, vlogging it is not necessarily what I'm thinking of unless I actively make an effort to think about filming. And so I actually like doing vlogs and I think it's fun to put them together, but I have to make more of an effort to actually plan that into my weekend or whenever it is. So I would like to do more of them, and I would like to, if I'm doing something interesting, kind of incorporate a vlog, and I'm gonna make an effort to do that because I think it'll be fun. The next question is there anything new that you plan to add to your channel next year? And there definitely is. There are things that I plan to add, but I'm gonna leave that for a hopefully soon announcement that will be coming for when I hit 1.5K. So I will talk about that soon. The next question is, what are some of the challenges that you've faced on your channel? And I would say that the biggest one is not really having a filming location. And of course I do now, but even so, I live with my parents currently and everything is in my bedroom. My bookshelves are in my bedroom and I just sit on the floor in front of them and talk. So it's not the ideal setup, and like in the future I would be looking to set up something that is more friendly to my body because it does hurt after a while sitting on the floor, which is one reason why I have trouble doing live streams sometimes, actually, because I just can't stand to sit here for an extended period of time. Like, it starts to hurt. And I suppose another challenge would have been finishing my degree and really having to scale back my reading and my content during that, because that was a really busy time, and it was actually just challenging to do that sort of thing while I was focusing so much on that, because of course that was the priority. But aside from that, I can't really think of anything else that was too challenging. I would say that things have gone pretty smoothly overall. The next question is, what equipment do you use to film your videos? And I just have like pretty basic setup. Like, I don't have an expensive camera or anything like that, even though that's a goal that I would like to work towards at some point. But I have an iPhone 11 and I just use my phone to film everything. I set up my phone on my ring light, so I have that, and then I just have like a lapel mic that plugs into my phone while I film, and that's it. And it works for me because it's easy to like deal with everything when it's on my phone, and I can just like go from there, whether I'm like transferring it to my computer so that I can then edit. So everything works pretty well, but yeah, there's really nothing fancy going on here. The next question is, what is your one best piece of advice that you can give to another booktuber? And I guess I'm assuming that I'm giving this advice to someone less experienced than me, because I think that once you do this for a little bit, you kind of get to know what works for you and what doesn't. But I do think that the biggest piece of advice that I would have is you have to be doing this because it's fun for you and because you like it. And I was very unsure of myself at first, but the response was pretty good, and that did help encourage me to continue. But overall, like, you have to make the video because it was something that you wanted to make. Because if you post it and it doesn't do well for whatever reason, you don't want that to like destroy your confidence in doing a review or anything like that, because certain videos just don't do as well as other types of videos. So on the whole, if you want to be able to ignore that and just focus on what you're enjoying, yeah, it has to be fun for you, because if it's totally based on like external factors, then I think that it could make you pretty unsatisfied and unhappy, and that would just be really sad, because I want everyone to have a good time like being part of this platform. And the last question is, what is the best part of having a Booktube channel? And I know that it's asking for one thing, but I'm gonna say two things. One thing is definitely the people that I've met, because the people are awesome, and there's so many wonderful people that are part of this like fantasy corner of Booktube. And then the other thing is just like having, I guess this is sort of rolled into the same thing, but the other thing is having an audience to talk to about books, because before it's like you would read something and then you might be able to talk about it with a friend, but if you don't know anyone that's interested in the thing that you just read, then you don't have anyone to talk to about it. Whereas now it is so awesome to have a community, whether that's on Discord, to like just tell your thoughts and then have someone like respond to you because they've read the book, and you can actually like discuss it with them, find people that love the same things that you love, and it really is just awesome. So, because like I really like getting comments on my videos too, and just kind of like having people tell me what they thought. It really makes me happy to know that like everybody is able to have similar, well, maybe similar, maybe you both love something, maybe totally different experiences with a book, but you're still able to know that there are people out there like reading the same things that you are, and it's just a really cool thing. So that is it for the questions in this tag. Like I said, I didn't actually answer all of them, but I will put the entire list of prompts in the description, including the ones that I didn't do, just in case anyone else is interested in doing this video. You will have the full list. But this has been kind of fun to discuss, because I have had a really good time having a channel, and I am really happy with like my channel's growth and how I have grown with it, and I never really expected it to do this well for me, and I'm really proud of myself that it's something that I was able to stick with. So yeah, I am very like happy to celebrate my 1 year, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you liked it, drop me a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and as always, I will have links to my socials and Discord down in the description. And I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.